Welcome back to the Connors and Ferris High School Sports Show, brought to you by Salvatore's Pizza. I'm Jeff DeVeronica alongside Steve Bradley. Our next guest is the head coach for about 16 years now, give or take a pandemic year, with the Wayne football program, the Wayne Eagles. Dave Marean joins us. Hi, Dave.
Hey, Jeff. Thanks very much for having me on. True honor. I appreciate it.
Well, we want to welcome you on because you're our G&G Fitness Coach of the Week. Congratulations. That's the coach that gives really, it's not just about wins and losses, about people who make a difference in the lives of young people. And I know you've been doing that in many ways, be it the Border Bowl or just being a good coach and a good friend to your players, doing fundraisers out in Wayne. So congratulations on that, Dave.
No, thank you very much, because I'm sure there's plenty of great coaches out there. So to be named that's true honor. So thank you very much.
Steve, why don't you start off this fantastic interview, sir?
Sure, Dave. I know obviously it's got to be strange for you. I saw last week you tweeted it's the first fall in 40-some years without football. And I thought that your tweet last week was really moving, as it was homecoming at Wayne, and you took a lap around the field. Could you just talk about where your mind is and where your purpose is this fall in trying to continue to inspire your players even though you're not able to be together?
Sure. I think you hit the nail on the head. Strange is definitely the right word. It's not coaching or playing in the past 41 years for the first time in the fall is definitely a surreal feeling. I feel like sometimes I'm helpless, like I can't help the kids like I'm used to. Obviously being back in school and seeing the kids a little bit more normalcy, but it was an emotional walk around the track. I said a few weeks ago that I was going to start walking around the track until March 1st, till kickoff came. And, when December weather comes, it's probably going to be a little bit more challenging walking around that track. But it was emotional because of the fact that I know how powerful homecoming is when we have it, not only for the community, but for the game and what it brings to everything. And to be able to walk around, I'm excited for the kids that are playing sports right now, but to walk around and know that there's no lines on the fields, there's nobody in the stands, and everybody comes there early and sets up their seats and saves it. And it was very, very eerie.
Well, it's interesting for the student athletes. Dave, you and I talked recently about how some of your student athletes get to play 4 seasons, which they've never would have been able to do. And I know some of your players are playing other sports this fall, like soccer. And is your quarterback? Is it Mason Zanilovic? Is that
Mason Blankenberg?
Blankenberg. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Quarterback. That's all right. I take me back. Sorry.
That's all right. No, it's Mason stepped in as our sophomore quarterback last year, and just a great kid. And I'm always been a person that tries to look at the silver lining on things. I think if everything works out and falls into place come March, I think this is a blessing in disguise, because I think once we started changing dates, the state did, on when we were going to start, and then finally given the no-go for football, I realized that even if we had to go, that I don't think we would have had games in the fall. And now at least we have an opportunity to set up a schedule, get things going, and and what a great opportunity. I think about the juniors and the seniors in the spring. I always say when they come in the weight room, man, why weren't you this big back in fall? Well, guess what? Now they get an opportunity to be that much bigger, stronger, and faster. When I was talking to the players the week before, when we found out that we couldn't go on the 21st because we were going to start on the 21st, I said, here's a unique opportunity. You can do one of two things. You can either work at home until we get the weight room open, or be a 4-sport athlete. Go out for golf, go out for cross country, go out for soccer. And Mason Blankenberg, now our quarterback, is playing a little goalie. And he assured me, he said, Coach, don't worry, I'm not changing sports, but I can guarantee I'll recruit some guys for you. So I've already had 4 kids in the first 2 weeks of school come up to me that I've been trying to recruit in the hallways that said they're going to be playing football in the spring. What a great opportunity for kids to be able to play a sport that they haven't been able to do because of those sports playing at the same time.
That's awesome. We had Jeff Mandel on last week, and he actually had lost some players because of the move to the spring. And so it's good to see kids other places stepping up and trying something new. What's your message to your kids, Dave, as we navigate this and try to get to the spring? Because spring football traditionally has meant, it's almost, no pads, no shoulders. It's the workout. And it's something in other states that they have for high schools, but that's nothing that's been in New York before.
Steve, my message has always been to the kids, and I'm a firm believer that your players will always take on the personality of your head coach. So I can sit here and be frustrated, but if I'm frustrated and complain the time, or I tweet something else complaining, they're just going to absorb that, and they're going to feel that same. So I think it's my job as a leader for them to take advantage of this opportunity to, hey, you know what? I got 6 more months. I can get bigger and stronger faster because I didn't have a chance in the summer like I should have. So they almost kind of get a second chance. You talk about Coach Mandel in the spring, and I was worried about that. Every time I have one of my running backs in class, I say, who's already committed to go to lacrosse, I said, you're good, right? You're still good to play in the spring. And I think that I've been lucky to have some great coaches that have instilled the love of the game and the experience for the game that kids don't want to miss out that opportunity. So, back to your question, just trying to be positive with them and let them know that, we're going to be all right. It's, as a 50-year-old trying to deal with this pandemic, as a challenge as it is, I can't imagine being 15, 16, 17 years old trying to deal with, being at school 2 times a week and things being so foreign. And I think it's our job as coaches to guide them through something as challenging as it is right now.
We're talking with Dave Marean, head football coach at Wayne Central, and our 2015 Democrat and Chronicle Compeer Coach of the Year for our Coaches Who Care program we had back there several years ago. Dave, but let's shift gears real quick. I want to talk about, I'm going to try to share my screen here too, New York State Elite Athletics. And tell us a little about when this started and what this is all about.
So, I've always been a firm believer that New York State has some great football coaches, some great football programs, and more importantly, some great football players. And about 3 years ago, you had mentioned Zanalovic, Braden, who's now a scholarship quarterback at University of Albany. We went through the camp circuit. I was disappointed that he didn't get the offers that I thought he would get going into his junior and senior years. And a lot of it, I felt like it came back to just being in the state of New York. We don't have as many games. And Scott Barker's done an unbelievable job getting us extra games and doing everything. So I think we're on the uprise, but I wanted to give kids a platform to showcase their talent. So we started with some skill camps, bringing college coaches in the March to run the skill camps so they get a connection with them. And then starting coaches clinics last year. And the last 2 years, we've done a showcase where we brought kids from all over New York State. And this year, I'm excited that I brought on Coach Kramer, the past offensive coordinator at St. John Fisher, who joined forces with me to have our 3rd annual showcase November 29th at Pinnacle Athletics in Victor. And over the last 2 years, we've averaged 125 kids each showcase. Right now, in just a week's of advertising, we have 75 kids already registered for it. We're going to have over 30 college coaches there. But what's great about this, they're not only going to get evaluated on the field by Division III, Division II schools, and FCS usually come to this, but because of the dead period being in January, they can't attend. But it's going to be live streamed by Varsity Media. But over the past 2 years, we've had, I think, probably about 12 to 15 kids have gotten scholarships through this, being recognized on a video or in person. Over 80 kids who are currently playing in Division III. But we wanted to add a little bit more this year because the college coaches can't come to the schools right now to recruit. The kids don't have a fall season to showcase their talent. So we're doing a recruitment seminar with Steve Deanna, the coach from HFL JV coach, who's also worked with Prep Star to kind of communicate with the parents and the kids, the process. And we also are doing a college coaches fair. So now we're going to get a full hour for the kids to go up to tables and really talk with the coaches one-on-one. Each coach will get a detailed printout of every single player in attendance. Every player will have a number on the back of their jerseys. This year, we're doing the classes of 23, 22, and 21. So the 23s will have red shirts with a number on the back. The 22s will have white shirts, number on the back, and the 21s will have blue. So they'll be easily identified. Because it's going to be bigger, we're actually doing 2 separate sessions. And we're bringing in special teams with Coach Watts from the Special Teams Academy. Coach Raynard, who used to play for the Cardinals back in the day. So I'm excited. I think we're about 98% with the coaches that are going to run it. We've got 20 coaches, whether they're high school head coaches, assistant coaches. I've got Jason Sembeck coming back to work with the QBs, Coach Collins from RH, the head coach there working with QBs. I got Mr. Jabrino, who just went through the NFL process, who's going to help out with
Rush Henrietta, yeah.
Yep, okay. Jared's going to work with the running backs and tight ends. So, I mean, we got a great deal. I think we got a lot of guys from their own backyard that are going to kind of showcase their talents to these college coaches. And then the topper is, the FCS and FBS schools that can't attend this year. They'll be able to see it live stream. And I'm excited, especially more so than ever this year, because these, not only the juniors and sophomores, but the seniors more so, that they don't have a fall, and they won't be able to wait till March to send film out. It'll be too late to get looks from colleges. So I'm excited about that. They can register right online through it, and I think it's a great opportunity.
Do they send an email to register to NYS Elite Athletic? How do they register?
So if you go to that screen that you're showing, and if you click on camps, you pull down, and there's a showcase button right at the top there. If you click on the football showcase, then it'll take you right to that screen. And then that screen right there, if you scroll down, there's a link right there to register, and it connects to our Camp Network registration process.
Great. Awesome. Well, there it is. There it is, folks. And if you're listening on the radio, it's nyseliteathletics.com, and that'll take you there. It's a great opportunity. So great to see collaboration from varsity media to local coaches to former players to current coaches, and of course the current players that want to get out there and learn more and be seen. So Dave, we're running a little short on time. I appreciate you taking your time today, and wish you the best of luck with this November 29th. Pinnacle Athletic will be 29th and 30th. Is it
just the 29th?
Just the 29th.
Just the 29th.
At Pinnacle Athletics, NYSEliteAthletics.com for more information. Dave Marean from Wayne Football, thanks again.
Jeff and Steve, thanks so much. And truly, I appreciate the honor of that award. Means a lot to me. So appreciate all you guys do to support high school athletics.
Always. We always enjoy this, right, Steve?
Yeah, we do. And we appreciate people like Dave doing this, not just for their team, but kids above and beyond. It's great to see coaches who care. And that's a great example. This combine is a great example of why we honor Dave today.
Our G&G Fitness Coach of the Week, you can nominate one by going to livefit.com. That's G&G's site, and click on the banner for Coach of the Week. Thanks, Dave, and we'll take a break, come back, talk more Section 5 sports. Games are being played right here on the Connors and Ferris High School Sports Show, brought to you by Salvatore's Pizza.